Well, good day, Mr Kellett here. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a breakdown of Chapter 1 from my new book, Mr Kellett's Guide to Fingerstyle Ukulele. Well, here it is. If you don't have a copy yet, obviously, I highly recommend it. It's available if you follow the link in the description. See, it has a lovely blue cover. If we look inside, the writing is nice and large. No distracting pictures, no jokes, just solid, hard, musical fact. Throughout the book, you may notice this symbol next to the title of a piece. This means a sound file is available. You can access the sound files either by using the QR code in the back of the book, or they're available as a playlist here on my YouTube channel. So this book is for anyone interested in learning fingerstyle ukulele. You might have played ukulele before, you might have played chords. You may be totally new to ukulele. Either way, the book starts the same, with just one note. Then we add some more notes. Then we combine the picking patterns with various different chords. And then one day we'll find ourselves playing things like this. Or this. Or possibly even this. The important thing when learning something new is not to rush. Your mind and body need time to process the information. Take your time over each exercise. The music is there, we just have to get it to flow through us. Make every movement the most important thing you're doing at that moment in time. Even if it's just one note, make it a good note. Play slow enough so that you can't make any mistakes. We are habit-forming creatures. If we keep making mistakes, we're just training ourselves to make more. Most mistakes are a result of playing too fast. Every journey begins with a single step. Once you've made that first step, just keep adding more, building gradually as you go. This book uses standard tuning with the high G, and none of the notes go any higher than the 12th fret, so everything is possible on a soprano. I personally find a soprano a bit small. I use a tenor or a concert size. So we're almost ready to go. Make sure your ukulele is in tune. I would recommend a clip-on tuner, or there are many apps available for your phone. All the music in this book is presented in two ways, notation and tablature. Let's have a look at how they both work. Notation works for any instrument. It tells us how high or low the sounds are and how long they last. It uses 5 parallel lines, which we call a stave or a staff. In ukulele notation, we'll see this symbol at the beginning of each line. This is the treble clef. It's sometimes referred to as the G clef because it's actually a fancy G, and it tells us that the note G is located on this line. Notes can be written on lines or in the space between two lines. Lower notes are written on the lower lines and spaces, rising to higher notes on the higher ones. The lowest note on the ukulele is a C. This goes lower than the stave, so we use an extra extension line called a ledger line below the stave. The highest note on a soprano ukulele is an A. This uses a ledger line above the stave. Tenor and concert ukuleles can play higher notes, but we won't worry about that for now. Most music has a regular pulse or beat. This is indicated to us at the beginning of the musical score with a time signature. The most common time signature is known as 4/4. This tells us that there are 4 beats per bar. In 4/4, we give a slight emphasis to beat 1. Rhythm is how long the notes are in relation to each other. The length of a note is indicated by the colour of its note head and its stem. The longest note is called a semi-breve in England, or a whole note in the USA. It has no stem and a see-through head. It lasts for 4 beats and takes up a whole bar. A note that lasts for 2 beats is called a minim, or half note. It also has a clear head and, this time, a stem. The stem can face up or down without affecting the sound. A 1-beat note is called a crotchet, or a quarter note. This has a solid black head and a stem. So a bar of 4/4 could consist of 1 semi-breve, or 2 minims, or 4 crotchets, or even 1 minim and 2 crotchets. After every 4 beats we draw a bar line, and at the end of the piece a double bar line. Don't worry if all this seems a bit confusing. There is a much simpler way of reading music for ukulele, and that is called tablature, or tab. In ukulele tab, we use just 4 lines, and each one represents a string on the ukulele. The lowest line shows us the G string, which is the 4th string, the string nearest our face. Next is the C, or 3rd string. Then E, the 2nd string, and the line at the top is the string furthest away from us, which is A, the 1st string. If we see a 0 or an O on the string line, this means we play the string open, which means no left-hand fingers are used. If there is a number on the line, we press down on that fret. So for example, in this diagram, we would play the open G string, the 2nd fret on the C string, 3rd fret on the E string, and finally the 5th fret on the A string. This example is just for reference. Don't worry if you can't play this yet. Chapter 1 only deals with open strings. So we're ready to start looking at the exercises. Take as long as you need with each exercise. Stop the video whenever you need to, and don't feel that you have to do the whole chapter in one session. It may take days or weeks, doesn't matter. Slow and steady wins the race. Now, what I love about the ukulele is that you can play it standing up or sitting down. You may probably find that fingerstyle ukulele is much easier played sitting down. So let's look at the right hand. I've chosen to stick with the classical guitar terms for the right hand fingers. So the thumb is called P. The index finger is called I. The middle finger is called M. And the ring finger is called A. Some books will say T rather than P and R rather than A. Do feel free to pencil this in if you prefer. Chapter 1. Open strings. The G string. Now with these exercises you will probably mainly be looking at the tab, but do keep an eye on the notation to give us the note values. In exercise 1 to 3 we're only going to be playing one note, and that is the open G. And we're going to be using P, or thumb. Let's look at exercise 1. Notice all the notes are semi-breves, so they're all worth 4 beats each. We're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try playing that together. I'll count 4 and then we'll both start. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just lightly stroking the string. Try not to snap it back like that. So just nice, gentle strokes of the string there. Now let's move on to exercise 2. In exercise 2, we are playing minims, so each of the notes is worth 2 beats each. Let's try that together. I'll count to 4 and then we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. In exercise 3, we are using crotchets or quarter notes. Let's try that one together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Exercise 4 to 6, we're going to use the index finger, or I, and we're going to play the third string, C. So make sure you remember to use the index finger. Try not to bring the thumb up because we want to get used to using different fingers on different strings. So exercise 4, we're back to semi-breves again. So let's try that together, playing the note C on the third string. 1, 2, 3, 4. So C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. Exercise 5 is minims. All on C, all with the index finger. Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Crotchets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Let's go over the page. So on page 12, we're going to practice moving between the thumb and the index finger. Let's have a close-up of that. So do make sure you change between those two fingers. Try not to do everything with the thumb. So let's look at exercise 7. Notice most of the time we're playing minims. We've got 3 bars where we're playing minims, and then we've got a semi-breve in bar 4. Also, notice a new thing at the end here. We've got a repeat sign. This means we go back to the start and do it all over again. I'll just play it for you first to give you an idea of what it should sound like. Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Exercise 8. So in exercise 8, we're going to do something very similar. We're just going to swap the notes around. Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Exercise 9. First bar, we're playing crotchets there. And then we've got minims. Crotchets again. And a big long semi-breve at the end. Then we repeat the whole thing. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, again. Well done. The open E string. Time for a new finger now and a new string. So this time we're going to use the middle finger and we're going to play the E string with this. So before we play the exercises written on the page, let's just get used to playing that E string on its own. Now let's look at the score. Notice we've got 2 bars of crotchets, 1 bar with minims and a semi-breve at the end. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Exercises 11 to 14 are single bar exercises which are intended to be played over and over again. And make sure you do play these over and over again. You want to just get these into your subconscious. It's the sort of thing you can do when you're watching television or listening to a podcast. You can even mute the strings if you want to. The whole thing is the muscular movement. So exercise 11, we are going between the notes C and E. So just keep repeating that over and over again, nice and slow to start with. Index and middle. Yeah, let's get a close up of that. Exercise 12, same 2 notes, but we're going to reverse them. So we're going M to I. M, I. M, I. That's it, repeating over and over again. That's it, just getting into the flow there. In exercise 13, we're going between our thumb and the middle finger. So we're starting with the thumb. So we're going G, E, G, E, G, E. So start slowly, keep a nice steady pace there. So we're skipping the I, we're going from P to M. And then in exercise 14, we're just going to swap that around. So we're going M to P, M to P, M, P. Now so just relax. And just try and let it flow. M, P, M, P. Well, we're really starting to get going now. Page 14 introduces us to a new time signature. This is called 3/4 time. And we now have 3 crotchet beats per bar. So the feeling is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pa, 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 pa. Yes? People often find this a bit trickier. We're so used to everything being in 4/4 these days. And where we've got 2 arms and 2 legs, we're used to multiples of 2, really. However, there are some very familiar songs in 3/4. Happy Birthday, for instance. Happy birthday to you. Happy 1, 2, 3, yeah. And we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Now, page 14 also introduced us to something else very important. That is the C major arpeggio. Now, we are going to be dealing with arpeggios a lot in the future. I won't go into too much detail about what they are now. I'm just planting seeds, but we will be using arpeggios a lot. If you're lucky, one day I might tell you about the harmonic series. Something to look forward to there. For now, just think of arpeggios as being 3 notes that get on really well together. Our 3 friendly notes today are C, E and G. These 3 notes sound great whatever order we play them in. Exercise 15 falls very nicely under the fingers. We are going to go G, C, E, P, I, M, P, I, M, P, I, M, P, I, M. In exercise 16, we just reverse the process. M, I, P, E, C, G. As before, repeat this over and over again, so you can do it without thinking about it. In exercise 17, we're in what we call root position. Again, don't worry about what that means. We're just playing the notes in order. C, E, G. Going from the lowest note to the highest. C, E, G. In exercise 18, we're playing it backwards. So we're going G, E, C. G, E, C. G, E, C. G, E, C. In exercise 19, we are playing I followed by 2 P's. So we're going C, G, G, C, G, G. Pa, 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 pa. Exercise 20 is very similar, but we're going M, P, P, M, P, P, M, P, P, M, P, P. Having fun. As I've said many times now, do play these exercises over and over again. You may like to practice them in the way drummers practice their drum rudiments. So for instance, if we take exercise 15, start very slowly and then gradually get faster. And then carry on getting as fast as you can. And then bring it back down again. Also, you can try mixing and matching the exercises. You could try playing exercise 15, followed by exercise 16. Or maybe 17, followed by 18. Or 15 followed by 18. Exercise 21 introduces us to a new note value. This is a dotted minim. Semi-breves are too big to fit in 3/4. So the longest note we can have in 3/4 is the dotted minim. This is worth 3 beats. When you place a dot to the right of a note, the note is lengthened by half its original value. A minim is worth 2 beats, half of 2 is 1, 2 add 1 is 3. Therefore, a dotted minim is 3 beats. So let's have a look at exercise 21. You can see the dotted minim at the end of each line there. So the first line, we are combining exercises 19 and 20. And then in the second line, we start the same, but at the end we finish on a long C. I'll just play that again. 1, 2, 3. In exercise 22, we're back in 4/4 time, and this one is a bit more complex than the others, so let's break it down. The first thing you're going to want to do is to isolate the first bar and just work on the pattern here. So we're going I, M, P, M. So just repeat that until you're totally comfortable with that. So we play that 3 times altogether. In bar 4, we play a long G. So if you put the first line together, we've got this. In the second line, however, the pattern changes. We now have P, M, I, M. So again, just get used to playing that pattern. So after we played that 3 times, we play a long C to finish the piece. So you can very much treat this as 2 exercises and then eventually put the 2 exercises together. I'm just going to play the whole thing all the way through. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're now on the last pages of chapter 1 and we're going to learn another new note. This is called A, and we're also going to play it with the A finger. So first of all, let's just get used to playing that A finger. You're probably not used to using this finger very much. So just play nice long notes on that A string. So just get a feel for that note. Just play it over and over again until you feel totally comfortable with that. So let's look at exercise 23. We're starting with a semi-breve, so we've got a long note here. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 minims, 2, 3, 4, and then crotchets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a semi-breve again at the end. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to put all the strings together. Exercise 24 is a brilliant warm-up piece. I would always suggest starting your practice sessions with this one. So we're going to go P, I, M, A. So then 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string, G, C, E, A. So let's just repeat that. Excellent. Exercise 25, we're just going to play that backwards. A, M, I, P, A, E, C, G. So always play them slowly to start with, and you can always do it the drum rudiment way. Purely working on the muscles here. But the great thing about the ukulele is just playing the open strings sounds good. This has given us a C6 arpeggio. So just try and get into the flow there. Lovely. In exercise 26, we're going from low notes to high notes. This is like a boogie woogie walking bass pattern. A little bit trickier than the other two. Exercise 27. You might want to split this into two to start with. The first bar, we're going I, P, M, P. So get used to that first. The second bar, we're going to go A, G, E, G. So we're going A, P, M, P. So this introduces us to the idea of pedal notes. Notice we alternate between a note and the G string. So we're going C, G, E, G, A, G, E, G. We'll be using pedal notes quite a lot later in the book. Certainly in the pieces Grimstock and Old Joe Clark. Exercise 28, again, probably is best to split this into two separate exercises. So the first bar we're going I, M, P, A, I, M, P, A, I, M, P, A. And the second bar we're going P, A, P, M, G, A, G, E. Let's put them together. Congratulations, we're now at the final exercise of chapter 1. For this one, we're going I, M, P, A, P, M. So do play these exercises over and over again. I can't stress that enough. So, congratulations, we're getting to the end of chapter 1. This is the most important chapter in the book. Make sure you always start with some of the exercises from this chapter, particularly Pima. We will be returning to this many times. We'll meet again in chapter 2 when we'll combine what we've learnt today with notes along the open A string. Be seeing you. Cheers. Have a good day. Thanks.